So when you've got the floor to do, the first job, as you can see from that time lapse, we load out the boards and we'll load them out in the formation in which we need. So this will be hopefully 2.5 boards, so we do 3, 2, 3, 2, and then this should just be, this will probably be 2 and a little bit, but we just pile them up there because we'll do this section first and land them on this joist and cut them off halfy, so then that one can butt into it. And wherever you've got a butt joint, make sure you've got plenty of glue and nail it well, just to try and strengthen that butt joint up. So first job, plumb up off the inside of the block and then measure about 20-25 mil, ping another chalk line, and then we'll set up the first row of boards, get them perfectly straight and nailed in, and then go off that then. So yeah, load out the boards, get this chalk line set up, and then get your first row nailed in once it's nice and straight. Another thing I do to try and make it a bit less confusing, I'll put my plumb line there, so that's just inside of the block wall, so that's my plumb line, and then I'll measure across 20 or 25 mil and put that line on top, just so you haven't got loads of lines on top in which you could make a mistake. So yeah, now I've pinged that line, I'll set these out roughly where they're going to all go and work in, because obviously you need to stagger your joint, so I'll work that out now, and then we'll get this first row nailed up. I've got that first row in, I'll put my eye down that line there and make sure it's all perfectly straight, and once it is, I nail that one in quite a lot, make sure that one's pretty solid. And then now I'll always try and use my offcut of this board to start my next row. So now I'll just do a quick time lapse of boarding this section. We've ended up doing staggering the joint 3 times. That's just so we can use the wastage better, so we won't have many offcuts at all on this. And another little tip I do when I'm boarding joists, I always try and board from left to right, and that's so when you're gluing up these tongues, you can glue the whole thing in one go, your tongues there and all the way down there. So it's just easier if you're boarding from left to right. Yeah, so any little things like that you can do just to speed up the process. It makes a big difference over the years. Whenever you're coming up to an internal corner or something like that on the block wall, always mark up on your level for your perimeter cutting off before, because let's say if you put this board over here, you're not going to be able to level up from this block. So I'll level up that now, and then I'll do it wherever I can. I'll try and show you, just to make it easier, because if you board over the top, it's hard to get them lines marked up then. So yeah, just level up where you can when you come up to corners. So as you can see there, I've got my line for cutting off, so when I get my level down there, I can chalk line that off. And I've got one here as well, so when I get my mark there, I'll chalk this section off, and then all I have to work out is that one going that way. So it just makes it easier, just level up as soon as you can, basically. Don't just fly your board straight over.
it's the same crack on this side as well. We've marked half of the joist, half the joist there, halfy, and then there's a line there, so we'll ping the chalk line down from there across to here, cut that off, then this section will board into it then. Another thing you need to make sure you're doing is getting plenty of glue on the tongs, so then as you're boarding it, it all starts coming up through the gaps here like that, and that's how it waterproofs basically. So make sure you got plenty on. It is messy stuff, but just get loads on the tongs.
So that's basically it now. All the boards are in, everything's glued up, and there's plenty of glue coming out the top now, which will stop any water ingress. And now just need to go around, glue around the edge of the board again to stop any water getting in, and then we'll need to fit these clips just on the end of the joist like that basically, just so then when there's a block at either side, it's airtight from the inside. Well, so they say, but I think they look the wrong size, so yeah, we'll just have to have a look at that, and then that's it. I'll just get them done now.